What's going on, my trainer club? Today we are going to check out the best of the best for Haxorus in Pokemon Go to see where it stacks up and is it going to be worth your resources in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, have you hatched an Axew or have you caught it in the wild? Because it actually is in the wild. However, it is super rare. So just let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Where are you guys at? Did you see one? Have you encountered one? Or have you hatched one? Because I can't wait to get into Haxorus in Pokemon Go, because today we're going to check out the best of the best series that's going to go over everything we need to know, including the best moveset. We're going to have its stat comparisons. We're going to see what it does for DPS, TDO, DPS times TDO, as well as PvP. And then we're going to make a best educated decision to see if it's worth your resources to power up. However, I am going to put a quick note before we get into it that the Haxorus potentially could be a community day Pokemon for the Generation 5. So before we get into all of this and before you guys rush to power this Pokemon up, I would definitely suggest to potentially wait on this one because it could potentially become a better Pokemon because it's pretty dominant. So right now we're going to check out its stats, then the best moveset. So let's get into it right now. Haxorus is going to max out at 3,593, and it does have a very dominant attack stat that is going to be ranked 13 at 284, which is pretty beastly. Ranked 13 out of all of the Pokemon, which is pretty incredible. It's going to have a defense of 172 that's going to be ranked 190, and a stamina of 183 that's going to be ranked 209. So its attack stat definitely excels. However, its defense and its stamina slightly falls behind the attack stat, obviously. So now we're going to check out the best moveset for Haxorus in Pokemon Go. Haxorus actually gets some pretty cool moves, guys. So it's going to get Dragon Tail and Dragon Claw, which is going to be its best moveset. Overall DPS times TDO at 2551. Then we have Haxorus with Dragon Tail and Surf. It actually gets Surf. Really cool. 2,059. Then it's going to be Haxorus with Counter and Dragon Claw at 1988, which is pretty cool. Then Dragon Tail Earthquake it gets as well. Wow, really unique moveset, 1814. Then we have Counter Surf, 1489. Then we have Counter Earthquake at 1276. Then we have Dragon Tail Night Slash as well, which is going to be 1150, and then we have Counter Night Slash at 848. So the best overall moveset is obviously going to be the Stab Effective boosted because Haxorus is a dragon Pokemon. Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw at 2551. Wow, guys, right off the bat, that is pretty impressive. 2500, as we've seen in a lot of my other videos, you guys know 2500 is a pretty good stat. So here's two things that I'm going to point out before we get into the DPS, the TDO, the DPS times TDO, and all the stats. Number one is going to be that it's going to get Dragon Claw. So although Dragon Claw is a pretty solid PvP move, it's not going to be the best moveset for being a top attacker in the game. So Outrage is going to be the premier dragon move for the top attackers in the game. It's going to deliver the most amount of damage possible. So there is room for improvement on a community day. Number two, as far as a water type Pokemon, I want you guys to check this out real quick. As soon as I saw that 2000 stat, it really stuck out at me. So if we're checking out the top water attackers with just these specials being water, granted it's not getting a stab bonus, but it does have Surf and it has a high attack. So Palkia is going to be sitting at the top. Then we have Kyogre, and this Kyogre is obviously going to be the all water attacker. Then we have another Palkia, and then we have Kyogre again with the Hydro Pump, and Kyogre did get Surf, so it got boosted. But the first non-legendary water attacker, granted it's not getting a water quick move, is going to be the Haxorus with a 2059. Wow, that's crazy. And then the first water attacker is then going to be the Swampert with the Water Gun Hydro Cannon at 1879. So the top two water attackers are going to be two dragon Pokemon, Haxorus and Salamence, with Surf and Hydro Pump. And then the Salamence is going to be about 100 points below the Haxorus, which is pretty crazy. So if we look at the ground attackers, Groudon is obviously going to be sitting at the top. And then we have Garchomp, Rhyperior, Landorus is not out yet, and then we have Haxorus with the Dragon Tail Earthquake combination at 1814. So it's actually the third available non-legendary ground attacker right now as Haxorus. So Haxorus is not a Pokemon to play around with. It's actually going to be one of the top water attackers and one of the top ground attackers. Granted, it's not going to get the stab bonus, and it's also not going to be getting quick moves of those, but it does serve pretty dominant, which is absolutely crazy. So right away, it's already proving paths. But now we want to check out as far as a dragon attacker, because it's a dragon Pokemon. How is it going to sit in the DPS times TDO overall for the entire Pokemon? Because there are some beastly dragon Pokemon out there, guys. So let's just see where it stacks up, and then where are we going to place it as far as Pokemon and Pokemon Go. So if you guys have been with me for a while, you've already heard about the explanation of the stats we're gonna go over. You can definitely check out my pinned comments below, skip right over them straight to the stats. But we're gonna get into it right now, which is gonna start at DPS. DPS is gonna stand for damage per second, which is gonna be one powerful attack. How much damage can it do? And since Haxorus is a dragon type Pokemon and it gets dragon moves, that's gonna be a stab bonus, which means same type attack bonus, which is going to deliver most of its DPS, right? But for Haxorus, you did see that it does deliver a lot more damage as well in other type of categories because its attacks is so high. Then we're gonna check out the total damage output, because we want to measure over the lifespan of the Pokemon how much damage can it do. And this really measures the tankiness of the Pokemon, which is beneficial but not the most ideal. The most ideal is going to be DPS times TDO, a combination of those two stats that's going to deliver stab effective bonus, that's going to have the attack weighing in, and then over the entire lifespan of the Pokemon, how much damage can it actually do. That's going to be the best measurement overall, because we don't just want to measure how long it can last, we want to measure how much attack it can do as well. So, starting off, we're going to check out DPS, Haxorus, Dragon Pokemon. Let's check it out right now. Starting off with the DPS, we have the Black Kyurem, not out yet, most dominant Pokemon right now as far as stats go. Dragon Tail Outrage, 20.266. Then we have Rayquaza. Obviously, it is out. It's a legendary Pokemon. Dragon Tail Outrage, 18.68. Then we have Salamence, Dragon Tail Outrage, 18.271. Then we have the White Kyurem, another Salamence with the Draco Meteor. Palkia, Dragon Tail, Draco Meteor, 17.91. And then we have the Haxorus coming in, Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw, 17.751. Then we have Zekrom, 17.419, Palkia, and then Dragonite, Dragon Tail Outrage. And if we want to go to the second page, we could check out something like the Garchomp, Dragon Tail Outrage at 17.19. And you can see all the other Pokemon here. We have Latios coming in, and then if you guys want to go to the third page, you can also do so to check these Pokemon out and pause here. With the Haxorus having a very dominant attack stat, it's no surprise that it is sitting at the second available non-legendary Pokemon. It would be considered a pseudo-legendary Pokemon, which means it is legendary-like, but it's not a legendary because of the stats. So next we're going to check out TDO to see where does the Haxorus sit as far as the longevity of the life. So let's check this out right now. Sitting at the top, we have the Black and White Kyurem, but we're going to skip over those because we've really beat those to death and we don't know when they're going to actually come out yet, so we don't want to really focus on their stats. But the first available highest TDO in the game is going to be Garchomp, Dragon Tail Outrage at 630. And then we're going to go on Zekrom, and then Dialga, Dragon Breath, Draco Meteor, 589.7. Then Reshiram. Then we have Giratina Altered Form, Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, 584. Then Palkia is going to come in there, Dragon Tail, Draco Meteor, 583. And then we could check out the Dragonite, Dragon Tail Outrage, 570.5. And then if we go to the next page, we can see Dragonite with Draco Meteor at the top. We could see Palkia, Dragonite, then the Rayquaza comes in, Dragon Tail Outrage at 546. Then we have two Dragonites, a Latias, which is more tanky than Latios. And then if we go to the next page, we can finally see the Haxorus show up underneath the Hydreigon, Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw at 456. So it's definitely a decent amount of points below, but the main focus of the Haxorus is not the total longevity of the life. It's more of a damage Pokemon. So that's why we really need to focus on the DPS times TDO, because we need to weigh in more of the damage potential than TDO actually calculates. So now we're going to check out DPS times TDO, Haxorus, and Pokemon Go. Let's check it out right now. Starting off with the DPS times TDO, we have the Kyurems again, but we're going to go to Rayquaza as number one. Available right now, Dragon Tail Outrage at 3,564. So it's definitely very high up there. And then in second place, we have the Palkia, Dragon Tail, Draco Meteor, 3,350. Only thing I don't really like is Draco Meteor is that 1 bar special that we talk about. Then we're going to check out the Salamence, Dragon Tail Outrage, must have Outrage, which is the Community Day move for Bagon, evolving all the way into the Salamence, 3269. Then we have Garchomp, Dragotail Outrage at 3201, Zekrom, and then Salamence with the Draco Meteor, Dialga, Dragon Breath, Draco Meteor, 2943, Reshiram. And then if we go to the next page, we could check out Dragonite, Dragotail Outrage at 2917.6. Then we have another Palkia, then we have Dragonites, and then we have Haxorus coming in with Dragatail, Dragonclaw at 2551. In comparison to the Dragonite with the Dragontail, Dragonclaw, which is going to be at the 2421. So it's a little bit higher than the Dragonite by about 130 points. And then if you want to go to the next page, you could check out some of these other Pokemon in there right now. So as far as the DPS Times TDO, it's going to be approximately the 12th spot of the overall available dragons right now, because the Kyrems and the Zekrom are not available right now, so we can't take their stats into official count as of right now. The one thing I really do like about this Pokemon is it gets Dragon Claw, and Dragon Claw is a 3-bar special that gets pumped out very fast. However, it's not going to compare to the Outrage. Outrage is going to be the most dominant move. Like I said, it's a 2-bar special, and then the Draco Meteor is similar to the Outrage, but it's a 1-bar special. And so, if you have the option to get the Outrage, you always will. So as of right now, as far as meta attackers go, it's definitely not going to be one Pokemon that you jump out after. The Outrage Salamence is going to be the #1 non-legendary dragon attacker right now, and the legendary dragon attacker is obviously going to be the Rayquaza, which can get outtaken by some of the Gen 5 dragons that are going to come out in the near future. So as far as attackers go, right now I would not rush to power this up, especially if you get a good one. Hold on to it. Because if it does get Outrage, it's definitely going to get a bump in its stats because it already has the Dragotail moveset that's going to be the meta attacker best moveset right now. So hold on to the Axews and the Haxorus, but now let's check out PvP. Where does it sit as far as the dragon attackers go, and what is the best moveset? In the Great League, it's going to be ranked 127 with the moveset of Counter, which is one of those dominant movesets in PvP, with the Dragon Claw and the Night Slash combination. It's going to be about the 8th strongest dragon type attacker in the Great League. In the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 136 with the same exact movesets of Counter, Dragon Claw, and Night Slash. But in the Master League, it's going to be ranked 39 with the same exact moveset as well. The one thing I really do like is the Counter really boosts those moves pretty quick. Dragon Claw gets off very fast, and Night Slash is going to be a really powerful move. So for the Go Battle League, this is definitely going to be a Pokemon that you're going to want to get after, and the stats you're going to look out for are going to be the 100% IVs. So if we're just going to compare it real quick to two other Pokemon, let's check out the stats. So attack of 284 compared to Rayquaza of 284. So they have the same exact stats. And if we're going to compare it to the Salamence, 277 attack, which is obviously lower. And then we're going to check out the defense. So 172 defense is going to be 2 points higher than the Rayquaza, and it's going to be 4 points higher than the Salamence. And then if we're going to check out the stamina of the Haxorus, 183, and then the stamina of the Rayquaza is going to be 213, which really helps the Rayquaza excel some. And then the stamina of the Salamence is going to be 216, which is going to help it boost up. So overall, Haxorus, what are the big wins? What are the takeaways? Don't power it up yet. Wait for Community Day. It would be amazing if it got Outrage. It's going to be pretty dominant, guys, in the water category, actually, with the surf, and the ground category as well. So it's definitely viable options, even though it's very rare. So it's not really that easily obtainable to use it for those categories as of yet. Maybe after we get it for Community Day, it will be. And then, as far as the PvP goes, it's definitely going to be really heavily weighted in the Master League. So it's definitely a Pokemon that we're going to look to get for the Master League. Maybe a lucky Pokemon would be great as well. So just get after those guys, try to hatch them. If you find them in the wild, save them for lucky trades, and we're going to see if it gets a Community Day soon. If you guys want to check out my predictions as of when it's coming, you could definitely do so. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. All my likers, commenters, subscribers, and Patreon members for taking their subscriptions to the next level. You know what I'm going to do. See you out on the next video. Peace!
I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.